Right. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Welcome back to a new training vlog. And today we're going to do something just a little bit different. So first off I need to bring Dixie. She's going to... Now we have been very lucky to have use of a school, but I haven't worked the horses, or especially Dixie, in an open space. I gave Dixie a good groom before taking her to obviously get her all tacked up ready. Now I'm just using my rubber curry comb, my hash brushes, and obviously the mane and tail brush to get her nice and clean and ready. Now we have been incredibly lucky to have the use of a school for quite a while. The downside of relying on a school is I haven't worked any of the girls in an open space for a very long time. So today was sort of test day to see how our training that we have been doing in the school has progressed for Dixie, for me, and just how we're getting on with our bond. Now, the last time I worked Dixie in an open space was about 6 years ago, so this is kind of a big, no, 5 years ago, sorry, 5 years ago. It's basically a big test for the pair of us. And however much I love Dixie, I was quite apprehensive of how this could go. It could either go one of two ways. She could have been good as gold, or she could have broken away from me and bolted and all that. So I was long lining her. I wasn't lunging, I was long lining because I felt I had just that little bit more control over her having two lines. And obviously it proves how much our long lining that we have done in the school has worked for Dixie. Now I actually have a roller pad and a roller. I've had this roller for quite a while anyway. I think it's gone through quite a fair few horses, so I use this pretty much rather than using a saddle. Now right now Dixie doesn't have the muscle for her saddle, and I do have to get a saddle fitter out to refit a saddle to her. So for safety of her back and to help with her, I'm using a roller pad before I start introducing her saddle to long lining as well. I don't use side reins personally. I don't like them, but I will progress to side reins in the not near future. Thanks, Dix. Hey! With Dixie, you kind of need to learn to move with her when she's moving up. Now, tying her up would be an easier option. However, don't always take that as she's going to be nice, because she will try and bite, and she will obviously show that she's not happy with you doing anything up. But this is pain-related memory, and we're trying to work through this pain-related memory. Hence the reason I let her have free range and not tie her up. Obviously I know what's going to happen. She does pull faces, she does threaten, and she's literally only kicked me once and bitten me. She has bitten me a fair few times when trying to tack her up or put a roller on, but it's Dixie, I'm used to it. Nothing really worries me with her anymore. So it's kind of like you sort of just take it as it goes and praise her when she is being good and attempt to ignore her when she's being like this. As you can see, she will walk around, she will move, and does pull faces. No nasty faces. No nasty faces. You be nice. Really, Dixie? You've only been out one night. You're going back out? Angel! Good girl. Now stand. Angel, leave her alone. Right, let you sit with that one for a minute. Good girl. Well done. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, I expected this to go quite wrong at the beginning with her. I did not expect her to be as calm as she was. I didn't expect her to be so willing and to go forward. She did back off a few, like as you saw there, she backed off a little bit to go forward down the hill, but also working in an open space, and especially an uneven space, or uneven ground I should say, makes it a lot nicer. It also helps rebuild their muscles, and she's got to think about what she is doing with her feet. So I really did enjoy the beginning part of this session and training, and I'll talk a little bit more over the next few minutes of this vlog clip that what I'm doing with her. So basically is a little bit of transitions, but I'm also watching how she's moving her body and remembering to keep nice soft hands on her mouth. Now Dixie is a very sensitive horse when it comes to the mouth, so this was quite challenging for me to remember the lessons we had had with her, to keep my hands nice and soft and to use a lot of my voice and my body language. Oh, I was very, very proud of her. I am very proud of her. Obviously, walking on uneven ground, I've got to watch what I'm doing as well with my own footing, but I was watching her. Listen. Good girl. Come on. Good girl. No, walk on. Walk on. Good girl. Walk. Good girl. Good. Good girl. Well done. Whoa. Good girl. Walk on. Not square. Good. Dix, whoa. Good girl. Run. Thank you. Good girl. That's it. Good girl. girl. Whoa. I said whoa. Come. Come. Good girl. Up. Come on, walk on. Come on, get the top end. Lift that back end up. No, you're not trotting, you're walking. Most of this you can hear is I'm pushing her a little bit forwards. She's very stubborn sometimes to actually go forwards, but I'm sorry, I've got a horrible cold. This was really good for her to learn her placemats, her foot placing, and obviously responding to me in an open space, especially when you've got wind and other horses calling to her. Apollo and Tricka did call, getting her to listen throughout her transitions, getting her to think, to move, to just engage. All this shows how much work in our schooling that we have done on the ground has paid off. A few months ago, I don't think I would have even got this far with her without her at least once tanking off with me. So this was really good progress. I'm putting her on an incline throughout her trots instead of trying to make her trot up and downhill. I wanted her to trot in certain places, getting her to turn, getting her to think. I wanted her to not anticipate anything I was asking out of her. So when coming to our transitions and getting us to stop, I had to really think before asking her. Now here she does go, yeah, I've had enough. This is one of Dixie's really bad habits of when she thinks she's had enough, she stops and scratches on her leg. Now she could have had an itch, yes, but knowing Dixie very well, this is what she does to try and get out of work. She'll just stop and scratch and attempt to get away with it. Hence the reason I was a little bit more forceful than I should have been to get her to go forwards. Just mainly because that is what you would do when you're riding. You'd give them a second and then that's it, off we go again. No, Dixie's like, yeah, she will stand and itch her leg for as long as she possibly can, thinking I'm getting out of work not doing this by doing this. So yes, but I was very proud of her, and I do actually do some running. Now running in these boots is very difficult. They are so heavy when they're wet, so my legs were like not anticipating how heavy this was, plus the field was on level. I got my knitting in a bit of a tip. Hold on a second. And I had a massive itch at the back of my leg that I really needed to get because I'd already been bitten by a fly, which is unbelievable because we're coming into winter now. So getting bit by something really, I was like, what? This hurts. This is really itchy and I really need to scratch. But I was trying to not, and as you can see, she's quite good. She is very good actually, because I'm trying to just let her relax down and think about what we're doing in the whole thing and the whole training. And this is what makes it rewarding after so long of not having her listening and not being with you. This is rewarding for me. I'm not on her back, but I can get what I want out of her on the ground. So yes, I was very happy. Good girl. That's better. Good girl, walk on. Go on. Good girl. Good. Now steady. Steady. Back on, back on. No. Good. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. go. Whoa. Good girl, Dixie. Dad was at the gate the whole time I was in this session, just in case she tanked off. Now, having two lines on her can be dangerous if she tanks. I don't want the lines to get wrapped up in her legs when she bolts, so I ended her session on a really good note, really high, feeling really high on adrenaline and just enthusiasm of how well she has worked. Now, I was trying to get her to stand square there, but that was it. So I basically, what I do here is I take off one of my lines and fold it up and then tie it on to the roller as I normally would with her, and then I just give her a nice gentle walk in hand just to let us cool off. So for that, I'm ending this vlog. Please remember to like, subscribe and hit that all important bell, and I will see you in the upcoming vlogs very, very soon. And don't forget, if you want anything or need anything to see on this channel, please comment below and I will do my very best to try and complete your request. We are currently remodeling and redecorating our home, so I am incredibly busy, but I will try and answer people as soon as I possibly can. Thank you, everyone. Good girl, Dixie. Good girl. Good girl, Dixie. I know. Good girl. Good girl.